Well, hey, everybody. I want to talk a few minutes to some pastors or leaders out there that struggle some with getting everything you need to get done in a day done. So have you ever had the experience where you just are busy all day long, busy, phone calls, appointments, running from one place to the other, or right now Zoom calls, one after the other almost. And then you come to the end of the day and you know that your day has been full, but the feeling that you have is, I don't know if I really got anything important done all day long. You might have given in to one of the laws of unassigned time. So let me just talk to you for a couple of minutes about what they are. I want to just talk about the first law of unassigned time. And that is that my time will not, my unassigned time, undesignated time, will not naturally flow to what's most important. Say it another way, unassigned time will not naturally flow to your mission. That is the primary reason that God placed you on the earth. But chances are He also gifted you more so than other areas of your life in a particular area. If you're a pastor, it might be in the area of preaching or teaching or leading a group of people like your fellowship to accomplish a common mission. But unassigned time will not naturally flow to the main thing, or what should be the main thing in your life. Instead, it gets pulled toward the areas where of maybe a distraction, or possibly something that should be done, but it might need to be done by somebody else who has that calling on their life, or who is more gifted in that area, or who can't do the things that you're called to do. Remember back in Acts chapter 6, there was an occasion where the Grecian Jews, Jewish ladies, the widows, filed a complaint or began complaining because they weren't being served and they weren't being ministered to the way that those with the Jewish heritage were back in that day in the first century. And this is the church. And so the disciples, those main followers of Jesus, had a dilemma, and that is, would they go ahead and leave their primary task of preaching and teaching and leading in that way to serve these tables? It's not that serving the tables wasn't a worthy task or a worthy calling. It certainly was. But it's just that there were some other people there who could do that very, very well, who couldn't perform some of the tasks and the mission that those early followers of Jesus, those who really walked with Him, could perform. And so they set aside people like Stephen and Philip and some others that could perform that task so that they could get back to the ministry of the Word and to prayer, seeking after the heart of God in order to lead that early Christian movement. So that's the law, and I would just urge you, be very careful how you pay attention to that unassigned time. So the lesson there is to assign those blocks of time as much as we're able in advance, to assign that mission, those most important tasks that we have. Please don't just have them on a to-do list. If they're on a to-do list, we may have a tendency to kind of bump them to the next day and bump them to the next day, and they just find their place on a continuing to-do list. I would suggest you go ahead and assign them a place of priority on your schedule and on your calendar, because normally, if you're like most people, what gets calendared or what gets scheduled gets done. So that's the first law of unassigned time. I hope that may help you get some things done, or at least by the end of the day, you may feel like you've accomplished more that's right in the sweet spot of your mission. All right? Hey, thanks for joining me, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.